If you've made an application to the University of Cambridge this year, then you'll be hearing very soon about whether you are being invited to interview or not. You may even already have heard. So we thought we'd make a video explaining why different applicants hear at different times about whether they are getting an interview invitation. And there are a few reasons for this. The first relates to the subject that you've applied for. As you'll know, I'm sure well by this stage, there are some subjects at Cambridge which require you to take a pre-registration required assessment, and we can't finalize our interview invitation decisions in those subjects until we get your results. And that means that if you're applying to one of those subjects, mostly the sciences, but also law and economics, then it's going to take us a little bit longer to send out your interview invitation. Another reason is that, again, as I'm sure you'll know by this stage, when you make your Cambridge application, you usually choose a college, and if you make an open application, you're allocated to a college. The 29 undergraduate colleges are the bodies which assess your application, and whilst we all follow the same process, we do so inevitably at slightly different rates and in slightly different orders depending on subjects. So to give you an example here, my role as admissions tutor is at this time of year to read all of the applications in every subject and then to contact the directors of studies in each individual subject to provide my recommendations as to which candidates should be invited to interview. So I do that, I communicate with the director of studies, we then come up with our final decision, and then before you hear from us, your interviews need to be timetabled. So then that is done by the admissions office, and only at that point will you hear whether you're getting an interview or sadly whether you're not. That process obviously takes time, and the order of it is in some sense slightly arbitrary. Sometimes I'll read English before land economy, sometimes the other way around. And so if you multiply that by 29 based on all the different colleges, you get some sense of why people will hear about whether they're being invited to interview at different times. Now look, I'm aware that in the past there have been online forums and spreadsheets which people have used to record the time which they themselves have got their interview invitations in order to hopefully help others read into whether the likelihood of themselves getting an interview is going to be affected because someone else has already heard. I would really encourage you not to bother with that. Just forget about the question of whether you're getting an interview or not. Assume you are and prepare accordingly, but please don't try and read into the fact that your friend has got an interview or you haven't, or something that you've seen online suggests someone else has got an interview whilst you're still waiting for your decision. It really doesn't mean anything. So put it out of your mind. And if you are invited to interview, best of luck for when it comes.